comma 0. We'll hit apply. Node 2 is going to be 20, comma 40, comma 0. Oops. I'm going to have to hit up.
Yeah, it said it created point 2.
What's that?
It says it created point 2.
Yeah. So 3, node 3 is going to be 20 in the X, 0 in the Y. Whoops. And node 4 is 50 in the X and 0 in the Y. Okay, so I got my 3 nodes. Okay, so if I want to see my nodes, we go to Home, and we do this L for label. Okay, and then it brings up this little menu bar here, and if you can, all the geometry, all the FEM, all the points, you can select over here and it'll just do everything. But that turns your labels on and off. So that's why I wasn't doing anything before, is because you actually have to click on it. Okay, so I'm going to go back to geometry. So we did our points, now we got to create our curves between the points, right? And our element 1 starts at node 1 and goes to node 2. And element 2 starts at 2 and goes to 3. And then we go from 2 to 4. So now I've built my curves. You guys keeping up okay?
No.
No.
Still from
Get the nodes in. File, save. So we've done our points and our curves, so we're basically done in the geometry tab. At least for the stuff we're doing. And we're going to go to properties. So what are we working on in here? Where are all some of my tabs going?
we want to be isotropic.
We're going to do an isotropic material.
We can do element 1 first, so aluminum.
And our material is aluminum. And our input properties, 10e to the 6th. And we'll just do 0.3. Say OK. And apply. So that puts aluminum up in our existing materials for this database. But we also have a steel one. So we gotta do steel. The only thing we need to do is make this 30 times 10 to the 6th. Say OK. And apply. So now we've got aluminum and steel as our materials. And my icons, for whatever reason, are freaking out. So we want to make these 1D rods. So we'll click on that. Property set name, I'm just going to call them truss, such as it is, right? And our input properties. So we have the two materials. Let's see, so we'll just do aluminum first. What was our
1.5.
1.5 is the aluminum. Okay, and then that was element 1 and 2, right? Yeah. So element 1 and add element 2, and add it to the list, and then we say OK. And since I've added my 2 elements that are going to be aluminum into the list, and I have my material properties, I can hit. Oh wait! Before I hit apply, I gotta go back Yeah, so then I have to pick
The area of the
Steel.
second number was different than the area of the first number. For our aluminum stuff, is it element 1 and element 2 are made out of aluminum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second area of element 2 is 1 inch, right? Instead of 1.5.
Oh, okay. So then, all right. So then we'll do it like this. So we'll do truss 1. So this will be element 1, or maybe I should just call it element 1. Okay, input properties. So what do we have? Aluminum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And element 1 is 1 square inch, right?
1.5.
Element 1 is 1.5.
Oh, okay. 1.5. 1.5. Say okay. We're going to select. I'm going to delete those. I just want the 1. Say okay. And I'm going to apply. Because I want to apply those material properties or those element properties to that particular element. So now I want element 2 input properties. This,
Can you do
did I get the right?
I think you make the first one steel too.
Oh, dang it. Okay. It's all. Okay, so now, how do I get rid of that?
Can you just change it?
Can I just change it here? Aluminum. Okay. Curve 1, okay. And then hit apply.
How big is this one?
And yes, I want to overwrite it because I didn't like what I had there before. Okay. So now we're going to go to element 2 and say, so this one, element 2 is still aluminum, but now
1 square inch.
it's 1 square inch, right? Okay, select, put it on element 2, add, okay. And I want to apply that. Now if we do the third element. Now normally you aren't going to have to apply material properties to every element in your, or have, you know, individually named property sets for each of your elements in there. It's just, this is a unique scenario. Most of the time, these would either be all one material, or one would be one material and the other two would be a different one. So anyway, so kind of an exception. So then the material changes to steel on this one, right? And we stay with fix that. And we stay with 1 inch. And I want to select curve 3 and apply. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? As far as how we did it and why we did it? Did that install for you, Brad?
It's installed, but it still asks for the login from the
Oh, and
company.
you're still waiting for.
Replies.
Okay. Okay, so we did our material. We applied our 1D property. So we can go on to loads. This is kind of annoying. Our loads and boundary conditions. So let's see, we know we've got to do displacements. And I'm going to call it lamp 1, 3, and 4. 1, 3, 4. just the node I picked because those are the, or name I picked because those are the nodes. Clamp in the X, Y, and Z. We're going to select node 1, add, node 3, add, node 4, add, say OK, and apply. So now you can see the labels, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, saying I'm clamped in the 3 axes. So now we have to put a force on there. Force P. And we got what? Minus 4,000, comma 8,000, comma 0. Right, everybody agree with that? Okay. Application region is going to be node 2.
Can you,
What do you need? So it just puts in the resultant for us. You guys okay?
I think so. Yeah, we're all right.
Okay. So let's see, we did our constraints and our force. So now we can move on to meshing. And we're going to do number of elements is 1. So curve list, apply, 2, apply, 3, apply. So we're just making sure that our mesh has only got one element because we're dealing with a truss, which is a single element. So make sure the number of elements are set to 1 and then just pick each one of the curves and apply them and you'll be good to go. So then we have to do our curve for meshing, and I unchecked the automatic because we know its element is 1. Okay, so we can just pick 1,
what was the first step in this
pick
one?
2.
Mesh sets?
Over here, mesh seeds.
Oh,
Okay, uniform.
Uniform, you just number of elements, make sure it's set to 1, and then you just pick each curve and hit apply. Yep. And then I went to measures and picked each one of the curves and set apply. Okay, and then while I'm here, the other thing we have to remember to do is go in and do equivalency and apply. And I got rid of 2 superfluous nodes. Just one on top of the other is all that is. So now we can tell it to analyze the entire model. Make sure our solution type is linear static. Okay. And then job name. Now here's where on the job name you can put suffixes on, like trial 1, trial 2, trial 3. When you're trying to do optimization or whatever, you can put some names on there. Or let's see, let's see if we say this is prop 3-4 trial 1. You can put some descriptors in there to help you out with some of that. So we say, here maybe I'll do a subtitle